Good morning. Will the color guard please advance the colors? Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing as the Star Spangled Banner is sung by our concert choir. I would like to introduce Father Poitras of St. Pius to deliver the invocation.
Almighty and gracious God, today we celebrate these commencement exercises in the creative, athletic, and academic accomplishments of those who are graduating and moving on to the next chapter of their lives. And so we first thank you for this joy-filled moment. As these graduates move on into our world, now more than ever we entrust them to your care. Remind them you have created them to live inside a big story, not a small one. Your story. A story of glory, honor, truth, beauty, grace, and love. The story in which your mission to love people, places, and things of life, and to leave the world better than the way they found it, finds its fullest meaning. For all of today's graduates and their families, more than anything, may the measure of their success be bound up in living out a life creating love, hope, and peace. When they see hurt, give them healing hands to heal the world. When they sense confusion, give them wisdom. When they perceive beauty, give them a sense of thankfulness and wonder. When they encounter scarcity, give them a heart and passion to contribute and to serve. For those pursuing higher education, grant them the knowledge that they will need in their chosen fields, and the wisdom to apply that knowledge to every facet of life. For those going directly to the workplace, grant a sense of what is right and good and beautiful, especially in the confusing and complex issues they'll face. For those going into military service, may they draw courage and strength from you. May they serve the cause of truth and freedom and the welfare of all humanity with integrity and honor. Wherever the next chapter takes them, give them the character that exceeds their gifts, a humility that exceeds their influence. Above all, give them you, the creator and provider of all goodness. For in your name, together we say, Amen.
Color guard, host the colors. Everyone, please be seated. My fellow students, a lot has changed since we began our freshman year here. Before, our biggest problems used to be finding our way to class or hoping that Miss Mankiela wouldn't notice that we lost our ID. But now, I'm sure we could all walk these halls blindfolded. Although we're leaving, there are some memories that will stick with us always. Some that come to my mind are the lab experiments we did in Mr. Bigelow's class, or the DBQs we've done over the years. But most of all, the experiences we've shared with our friends. In 10 or 15 years, at a reunion, you won't remember the third quarter of your sophomore year, but you will remember the people that you've met, the friendships that you've formed. No matter what you do after this, whether it be college, getting a job, or some other third thing, I hope that you go out into that great big world and explore. When we're all 90 years old, sitting in the rocking chairs of retirement homes, I want you to look back on a life with no regrets, a lifetime of experiences. And while I'm here, I'd like to give a special thanks to the administration of this school, to Mr. Strange and his vice presidents for keeping the school running every single day, to the guidance counselors for giving us the advice we need, especially when we're too stubborn to take it, and to our class advisors, Mr. Smith and Ms. Parity, for giving us such an amazing senior year. I'd also like to thank all the teachers that ever pushed us to be better than we thought we could be, because without them, we wouldn't be here today. And now, I would like to introduce Mr. Thomas Strange, principal of Lynn English High School.
Good morning. family, friends, I want to welcome you here today. It's great to have you here, celebrating the accomplishments of your children. They are outstanding. They've left their mark on English High School. I couldn't be more proud. As they've learned in the last 4 years, nobody can do anything alone. It takes everybody to pitch in. So I need to acknowledge some people who made today possible. I need to thank their guidance counselors who worked with them steadfastly for the last 4 years, and especially the last year trying to get applications done and meeting deadlines. Faculty who was tireless here, trying to make sure that everybody did what they could to meet those expectations, pass those MCAS scores, give them that extra support, working on after-school programs and Saturday programs. Faculty here second to none, and your children exemplify all their hard work that they put into them. I need to thank Mr. Ibanez and Mr. Lapointe for the great chorus and the band today for the music, Sergeant Major, Master Sergeant, the ROTC, for all their work, Color Guard, phenomenal. I have to thank my vice principals because I could not do this without them, and they are my backbone to get me through every day, because every day is a challenge, as you know. 3 of our faculty are retiring, 2 during the course of the year. Mrs. Walsh, your vice principal, and Mr. Augmentation, French teacher. They send their regards and their love and wish you the best of luck. And Ms. Taylor, who's retiring at the end of June, sends her regards as well. They're very proud of you. Students do outstanding work here, and they need to be acknowledged. I would like the National Honor Society, please stand and take the bow you deserve. So all members of the National Honor Society, please stand up. Thank you. Those who are members of the National Honor Technical Society, if you would please stand, you deserve your credit for what you've done. The state of Massachusetts offered a test this year to recognize students who were bilingual in 2 languages, English and another, and we had 23 people pass that test this year, the highest of all the high schools. And I want to commend them, and they should please stand as well and take a bow for their accomplishments. For all those going into the armed services, I want to commend you, and please stand and take the support that you deserve. Recognize our boys basketball state champion champs. Please stand. It's been an outstanding year, an outstanding 4 years, and I just have to do a personal shout out to my nephew Stephen, who I'm very proud of. Any final advice for you, I would say when you go out into the world, please go out with open eyes to see the world. You do not want to see the world through a 3x6 screen. That is not the way to see things. I would avoid social media at all times because it's only going to hurt you, bring you down, and those 800 friends you think you have, really not your friends. There's only a couple that you could actually call at 3 o'clock in the morning who would actually be there to help you. You get one reputation in life, you want to guard it, it means everything, it's sacred, it's who you are, you want to make sure that you keep it untarnished, don't let anybody else do any damage to that. To quote William Shakespeare, "He who steals my purse steals nothing, steals trash. But he who filches my good name makes me poor. Don't let anybody make you poor." So, good luck and God bless.
Would next year's senior class president, Juliana Perry, please join me at the podium to receive the class gift. I'd like to introduce the salutatorian for this class of 2019, Lynn.
Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? Alright, so I want to start this off by thanking the parents and the teachers for supporting us through this journey. Without all of you pushing us to new limits, encouraging us, and being there for us, we could have not made it this far. This is it, guys. We did it. We made it through the 4 years of high school, 4 years of good afternoon, some announcements, and young man, where's your ID? We made it through Miss Benet's color-coded notes and 10-step projects, through the terrible lunches we would always rush to, despite how bad they were, and through the senioritis we felt since day one. We made it through Mr. McGill's class and his life is abuse mantra, through sitting Mr. Tidmarsh's class and having him ask for the 15th time, what is federalism? Through all-nighters, tears of frustration, and times where we just wanted to drop out, looking back on it, we made it through a lot of things. But we also made memories. Memories of the first day of school, and pretending to be perfect angels until we got to know what our teachers were like. Or memories of our first pep rally, and then our last. We made memories of late night out with friends going to IHOP or B-dubs. And more recently, we made memories of our last prom as English Bulldogs, or of our cruise around Boston. Although I didn't go to it, I lived the moment of Miss Fabiano and Mr. Helmer singing Country Roads together through the stories my friends told me. Our high school career is coming to an end, but our lives are not. As I look into the crowd, I see faces of lifelong friends and people I've known since elementary, and people I might not ever cross paths with ever again, but that's okay. Life goes on, and it doesn't wait for anyone. We ourselves change. We cannot be stagnant in a flowing river. Our time is short and fleeting. We only have today because tomorrow is not promised. There's no time to sit and wait for things to come to us. There isn't time to wait for that cute person sitting across the room to say hi to you. There's no time to wait for a job opportunity to come knocking at your door. There's a saying I go by. I wasn't lucky, I deserved it. It sounds kind of arrogant, but the way I understand it, you are responsible for the life that you make out. Anything and everything can be thrown at you, but it depends on what you do from there that determines how your life will be. Sure, luck plays a small part in it, but it's only a tiny part. The rest is up to us. You get out what you put in. There are 3 types of people in this world: negatives, neutrals, and positives. The negatives take from the world than they give. The neutrals take and give the same amount. The positives give out to the world more than they take. With this in mind, I encourage the class of 2019 to keep growing and hopefully add to positivity to this world. Whatever path each of us chooses to take, try to experience new things, meet new people, go outside your comfort zone. Be proactive with your life. More importantly, remember to reflect on the past, live in the now, and hope for the future. I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you.
I would now like to introduce the class valedictorian, Christinary Steve.
So, good afternoon, good morning. Good morning, everybody. And I'd like to say congratulations to the class of 2019. You guys should really give yourselves a round of applause. And I would like to start off by thanking the people who made this day and all the moments leading up to this day possible. I would like to thank Mrs. Shrangi, our principal, our 3 vice principals, the guidance department, and a particular shout out to Mr. Wilkins for never kicking me out of his office because I was legit there 24/7. And I would like to thank all of my teachers who have inspired me and encouraged me to challenge myself academically. When I needed support, they were there for me, and it was continuous love. Thank you. I would also like to thank the custodians for keeping our school clean and dealing with all the students who made their free throw shots into the barrels at lunch. And I would also like to thank all of my amazing friends. You're the realists, you're out there somewhere. Woo-hoo. And I would also really like to shout out my boyfriend, David Barrios, in the corner over there. He's such a caring and supportive boyfriend. I mean, you're the best thing I knew. You're the best thing I never knew I needed. And I'd like to say thank you, Mommy, for being my backbone throughout my whole life and for being so supportive to me all the time. I'm sorry, I never thought about that. And sin tu apoyo y sin tu amor no podía estar aquí hoy. Y te doy toda la gracia. Y te amo tanto. So, I really just want to say, I just want to thank all of you guys who made this day possible from the bottom of my heart. I know I'm not even in the beginning of hard crying. But as I started to write this speech, I had some trouble thinking of what I wanted to say. I mean, I had a whole bunch of ideas, but it wasn't clicking. And so I had to reflect back on my time here at Lynn English as a Bulldog. And I came to one conclusion. With all success, there is struggle. Now for me, this idea wasn't at the front of my brain. For me, receiving a diploma and graduating high school was something I didn't think was a challenge. It never seemed like a difficult mountain to climb. But you know what? I had to check myself. Because best believe there were many nights where I was crying, taking a nap, or watching Netflix to avoid the difficulty of high school. And high school was a struggle, and we should all be proud of ourselves for graduating. You graduated. You got the diploma on your own, and it is not something that everybody accomplished. And another reason for why I came to this conclusion was most of us had to struggle outside of school and grind to get to where we are today. And if you relate to any of these statements I say, I encourage you to please stand up and stay standing. So I'll begin. If one of your parents is not in your life, or if any of your parents are divorced, please stand up. If one of you has recently lost a loved one, if you have ever had to skip a meal or go to bed hungry because there wasn't enough food in the house, if you have ever had to find a job to support your family financially, if the money has ever been tight and you don't know where it would come from, if someone you know, if you or someone you know has been affected by gang violence, if you or someone you know has struggled with drug or alcohol addiction and has recently or has passed away due to an overdose, if you have ever been homeless, if you or someone you know has been the victim of violence, whether it was domestic violence or based on your race, gender, or sexuality, if you have ever had to deal with racism or xenophobia, if you or someone you know struggles with depression, anxiety, or another mental disorder, I would like you guys to all look around and see how many of you guys are standing. But your peers have faced a lot of the same challenges that you have. However, look at where you are. Look at where you're standing. You are graduating today with the adversities you have faced. These adversities did not stop you. You are achieving what you were meant to do. Speaking from my own story, I went through one of the most difficult times of my life this year. I'm sorry. As some of you may have noticed, I wasn't in school for about a month. Oh, you guys can also sit down. Thank you. Sorry. And so, as some of you may have noticed, I wasn't in school for about a month. No, I was not on vacation. I was just struggling with my mental health. As most of you guys would describe, I'm charismatic. You could probably see me smiling during school, and
but a lot of the time that smile didn't really portray the truth. I was constantly unhappy, struggling to keep a smile on my face. And I had to keep up with the demands of school. It seemed to me it was never just a bad day. It was a bad week, it was a bad month, it was a bad year. I was depressed and I felt isolated by my sadness. I believed that nobody cared, that I wasn't good enough, and no one would care if I was gone. I believed in my head that high school was an easy time, but the truth is, I failed to see the whole picture. My high school journey did not only involve being valedictorian and president of XYZ, it consisted of me dealing with my depression, struggling financially at home, controlling my anxiety, and struggling to do basic things at times. But my story does not only include the positive, but the bad and the in-between. For me to stand on the stage and be at the peak of this imaginary mountain, I had to start from the bottom and tread forward. I know to embrace the path I've traveled, I have to grow and be a better person because of the struggle. And as I reflect on these past struggles and the past, we should look to the future and our success that lies in store. You are all bound to be the best version of yourself and do great things. Whether you plan to go to college, to work, to join the military, or just chill at your house, take this quote with you. Sometimes we're tested not to show our weakness, but to discover our strength. So don't shy away from the struggles of your life. Embrace the path you took to get to this moment, and recognize that it's not only where you go, but how you got there. The tests and struggles of your life probably form some of your best strengths. This high school diploma will be many of your many successes, and I want you to know that you worked hard and it paid off. Just as you have struggled, you have succeeded. You did that, period. Thank you.
Remarkable, you are a person of strength. I'd like to introduce some of the members that are on the stage with me today. Our class advisors, Ms. Paradis and Mr. Smith. School committee member, Jared Nicholson. Our state rep, Dan Cahill. State Senator, Brenda Crichton. School committee member, Lorraine Gately. School committee member, Brian Castellanos. School committee member, Mike Satterwhite. Deputy Superintendent, Kim Powers. Deputy Superintendent, Deb Ruggiero. The leader of the ship, Dr. Tutwiler, I believe has a few words for you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Chris Neris, you can add to your mini list of accomplishments making a superintendent cry at graduation. I dried my tears really quickly before I came up here. So greetings to you all. I am so thrilled to be here to celebrate with you, to celebrate you. Those of you who know me well know that I have a formula for speech making. It's something I call my 3B formula. Be good, be brief, and be seated. and I intend to keep to that this afternoon. As I look out at you now with pride, a family of scholars whose collective accomplishments rival the achievements of any graduating class before you. Wonderful career appointments, college acceptances, military appointments, vast accomplishments in the arts, countless demonstrations of your charitable hearts, achievements in multiple content areas, and brilliant displays of athleticism. When I think about this wonderful reality, in all honesty, I plan to speak of your evolution, about how you remade yourselves over your time here as Bulldogs. But in fairness to you, I realize that in doing so, it might suggest that the goodness, kindness, humor, curiosity, and other qualities that have led you to success that we're celebrating today were somehow created in the last 4 years, when the truth is, you always had it in you. You always had it in you, and you still have it in you as you leave here today. Your journey after you leave English High may be to different destinations throughout your life, to pursuit of an education, a career, an overseas adventure. No matter your destination, you have it in you to get to where you want to be. This realization can bring tremendous peace and a sense of control, knowing that you don't need to rely upon the external to reach your destination. But expect that this might be difficult. While the literal backdrop to your accomplishments today is family and loved ones gathered in your honor, the journey to the future destinations might not always look like this. While it is my sincere hope that you, during your tenure as English high school students, the love and support of the English High faculty has made your journey to today enjoyable and fulfilling, some of the most important places you will want to be in your life will require a more solitary journey, and you may find that you're traveling alone. This is okay. The approval, support, praise of others, accolades along the way can certainly cushion the ride, but they are not the fuel. You are. Do not set out for what you want based on who is behind you, beside you, or ahead of you. You have it in you to get to where you want to be. There it is, graduates. Short, sweet, and hopefully memorable. You have it in you to get to where you want to be. Congratulations, class of 2019. I wish you the best of luck.
I'd like to introduce our mayor, Thomas McGee. Mayor Thomas McGee is a lifetime resident of Lynn. Raised with the value of importance of public service, Mayor McGee has dedicated his life to serving this community and working to make the lives of its residents better. Mayor McGee began his career in public service when he was first elected to the Massachusetts Home of Representatives, where he served 4 terms from 1995 to 2002. Representing West Lynn and Nahant in 2002, Mayor McGee took the next step in his career when he was elected state senator for the 3rd Essex District, representing the communities of Lynn, Lynnfield, Marblehead, Nahant, Saugus, and Swampscott. As a state senator, McGee appointed to serve as the Senate Chair of the Joint Committee of Transportation from 2011 to 2017. He was also co-chair of the Massachusetts After School and Out of School Time Coordinating Council, co-chair of the Metropolitan Beaches Commission, and co-chair of the Metropolitan Planning Organization Commission. During Mayor McGee's time in the Massachusetts legislature, his commitment to the issues that impact our neighborhoods were always top priority. McGee focused on quality education and extended learning opportunities for students in the Commonwealth, improving the state's transportation system and fighting for regional unity. Working to improve the lives of children and their families, ensuring accessible and affordable child care and health care for working families, and expanding workforce training and development. In 2017, Thomas M. McGee was elected to serve as mayor of the city of Lynn. He was sworn in for his first term in January 2018. As mayor, McGee draws from past experiences to work collaboratively with the residents of the city, promoting and preserving our communities and neighborhoods, improving our public schools, unlocking the potential of a revitalized downtown and waterfront, supporting arts and cultural opportunities, and ensuring fiscal responsibilities. Mayor McGee believes there is much to be achieved because he believes in the strength of our city and its residents.
Well, thank you for those kind words. Thank you very much. Congratulations to the Lynn English class of 2019. I must have been fortuitous this morning. I got in my car and I was driving, heading over here, and the Beatles song, some of you may know it, Hey Bulldog, came on the radio, so I knew it was a good day to be here today. It's an honor to be here to celebrate this important milestone with all of you. But first, I'd like to take a moment to thank and recognize your support system. The parents, teachers, family, friends, and administrative staff that have contributed to your success. Lynn English holds a place near and dear to my heart, as my father was a proud Lynn English alumnus. My father, at the age of 17, left school, responded to the call of duty by enlisting in the Marines, where he served in the South Pacific during World War II. When he returned home as a proud Marine Bulldog, he attended Lynn English High School and attained his high school diploma. And as I came in today and saw all of the young ladies and the color guard and the dress blues, which I think is the best uniform in the service, I have a picture of my dad in my living room. He was 18, dressed in the dress blues. I know how proud he was, and I know how proud you are of the program that goes on at this school. The lessons my father learned while at Lynn English provided him with a solid educational foundation, a foundation that he built upon during his time at Boston University and throughout his career in public service. I recently received a letter from Danny Gardner, a former Lynn resident and Lynn English graduate, who has enjoyed many accomplishments in his life. Mr. Gardner attributes much of his success to the indelible influence of the lessons and values that were instilled in him while growing up in Lynn. In the letter, he mentions 3 universal messages that resonated with me and that you should carry with you as you move on. Don't ever forget who you are or where you came from. Make the most out of your talents and circumstances bestowed upon you, and leave the next generation poised for greater things. Be a proud graduate of Lynn English High School. You've had a unique experience and are graduating with a quality education from a school where so many cultures, nationalities, and languages are represented. The opportunity to graduate from an institution with a diverse community of people and ideas is not accessible to everyone and will inherently provide you with a competitive edge in today's global economy. Cherish that. Use what you have learned here in Lynn as you go out and help make this world a better place. It is fitting that your school mascot is a bulldog. And I think we heard about the power of being a bulldog from Chris Neris and how powerful her message is. Bulldogs are easily recognizable and greatly admired throughout the world. Because of their fighting spirit, a number of sports teams throughout the country use them as their mascot. I have seen that bulldog spirit in this school and in all of you. The U.S. Marine Corps uses the bulldog as its mascot because it embodies their motto, Semper Fidelis, which means always faithful. The bulldog represents the Marines' dogged determination and courageous spirit. Students and alumni of Lynn English High School share a number of qualities with the bulldog, qualities that help ensure success in life, qualities that you will continue to develop as you move on and will help you make a difference in this community. Bulldogs are tenacious, strong, quick learners, and have great memories. Bulldogs are loyal and demonstrate unconditional love. I have seen all of these qualities exemplified in a number of ways during your time at Lynn English. Your tenacity and fighting spirit helped lead the boys basketball team through a great season. They went on to the playoffs, played against very competitive teams throughout the tournament, and won the MIAA Division I state championship. Similarly, the junior ROTC program continues to qualify for the Nationals year after year, a program that has been highly decorated with awards since inception and has become nationally recognized as one of the top programs in the country. Your strength and courage have brought you here today. They were exhibited during the stories of your personal journey at the 7th Annual Living Two Worlds Film and Photo Exhibition. I witnessed the courage firsthand when some of the seniors came to City Hall for Student Government Day. Those students were fierce advocates and were not afraid to make sure that their opinions were heard. This academic journey has cemented your ability to learn a large volume of information in a short period of time, a skill that will help you succeed on the path you choose after graduation. There are students graduating today that are recent immigrants, and within a short time, completed high school in good standing and will continue on to college. Evident in every event that I attend is the loyalty and unconditional love Lynn English High School students have for their school and for our community. As I saw your love for the community on Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service in January, when many of you made Valentines for seniors, wrote letters to veterans, served meals at my brother's table, and read to the elderly at local nursing homes. All of these qualities mentioned above are the qualities that will help you as you turn the page and begin the next chapter of your lives. Always remember where you came from. Continue to nurture and expand upon these qualities you have learned while at Lynn English as you make your way through this world. Now, I would be remiss in my duties as mayor if I didn't, in addition to mentioning the great qualities that you all possess as Bulldogs, that I didn't speak about the great city that has nurtured you and seen you grow. We come from the city of firsts, a city of innovation where industries have been transformed, a city that has a history of tolerance, inclusiveness, and acceptance. Be proud and carry on the tradition of excellence with you wherever you go. Follow the example the city of Lynn has set for all of us. David McCullough once said, "It might never have happened." That's among the most important lessons in history and in life. There is so much around us that might never have happened were it not for a host of qualities called imagination, commitment, courage, creativity, and determination in the face of obstacles. That may be most of all. Those qualities are in Lynners that have propelled them to be leaders and shaped the history of our city. Lynn astronomer Maria Mitchell was the first woman inducted into the Academy of Arts and Sciences. Bud Fowler, the first African American to play professional baseball, played for the Lynn Live Oaks in 1878. Jan Metzeliger, an immigrant from Dutch Guiana, came to Lynn and while living and working here invented the lasting machine that rapidly stitched the leather and sole of a shoe. Metzeliger's invention quickly made Lynn the shoe capital of the world. Metzeliger became one of the founders of Consolidated Lasting Machine, which was formed around this invention. One of the founders and first president of the General Electric was Charles Coffin, a shoe manufacturer from Lynn. General Electric went on to build the first jet airplane engine in the United States at the Lynn plant. The largest mass walkout in American history prior to the Civil War started in Lynn, where 3,000 shoemakers walked off their jobs in an effort to obtain better wages, working conditions, and to have representation. Within a week, the strike had spread to 25 other New England towns and became known as the New England Shoemaker Strike of 1860. Lynn played a central role in the abolitionist movement beginning in the 1830s. Because of this, Frederick Douglass, who we celebrated 200 years since his birth last year, was one of the best-known abolitionists in American history, came to Lynn. As a fugitive slave, Douglass called Lynn his home from 1841 to 1848 and began his career as a fierce advocate for equality and justice for all people. Lydia Pinkham, who established one of the first successful female-owned businesses in this city, and Abby Kelly Foster were strong feminists and abolitionists in the 1800s. They were members of the Lynn Female Anti-Slavery Society and contributed greatly to the anti-slavery movement in this city. You can continue the Lynn's tradition of tolerance, inclusiveness, acceptance, innovation, and resilience. Each of you in this graduating class could create the next Facebook or Snapchat, find the cure for cancer or Alzheimer's, or maybe revolutionize the transportation industry. You are the young men and women who have the ability to transform the world we live in. The changes may be big or they may be small, but regardless, they will help you set your course and make you a better, stronger person. I came of age in the 1960s. They were very turbulent times. We're in the middle of the race to the moon, the Vietnam War, the Cuban Missile Crisis, the Civil Rights Movement, and the pursuit of the Voting Rights Act, so that all people in this country had a right to vote. Many of those challenges and opportunities of the 1960s are just as relevant today. We are experiencing trying times in the United States, where we focus on what divides us instead of what brings us together. Moving forward, it is vital to concentrate on our common values and goals and the issues that we together are all passionate about. With everything that is going on today, it is up to you, the graduates of 2019, to address the current issues and become a catalyst for change, leaving the next generation poised for great things. Harriet Tubman said, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. Be a dreamer." I strongly encourage you to stay civically engaged on the local, state, and federal level. The issues of today directly impact the people that you care about and have a direct impact on our community. You must actively participate to ensure that our community's voice is heard in order to help shape decisions for a better tomorrow, that your community's voice is heard. Become well-versed in the issues that you are passionate about, the issues that affect you and your family and your community. A well-informed advocate is the most efficient agent for the evolution of ideas. We are counting on all of you to fight for your future and for the generations that come after you. I have faith in each and every one of you. I do. We all do. And I trust you will make us all proud. President Obama said, "We don't ask you to believe in our ability to bring change. Whether we ask you to believe in yours." Looking out at all of you, I am excited for what you will accomplish in life. I know that as you move on, you will be representing our great city well. Take pride in being from Lynn. Be the person who makes positive change, no matter how big or small. As you celebrate today and look forward to tomorrow, remember that no dream is impossible, and that each and every one of you has the opportunity to do amazing things with your future. Make sure you do it. We're all proud of you. Congratulations to the class of 2019.
And now I introduce, for the conferring of diplomas, the class of 2019 with their advisors, Mr. Smith and Ms. Perry.
I would like to introduce Lorraine Gately, school committee member. She will be presenting our graduates with the diplomas. Brian Angel De Leon. Kaeja Alexander. Carol Diaz. Ariella Maria Eileen. Clayton Francisco Almonte Reyes. Sabrina Alphonse. Nahimas Alvarez. Ismael Ambrosio. Sylvia Ambrosio Perez. Rasha Amparo Gomez. Christian Angel De Leon. Carlos Daniel Abonde Santana. Marta Estefany Eguerca. Anthony Arias. Zachary Arsenal. Chanel Avalo. Yuri Baez. Jeffrey L. Lamaca. Juan Gustavo Barrios. Delacey Bautista Rodriguez. Aliyah Bencosme. Juliana Baratis. Bonnie Jamaica Viga. Milena A. Biondi. Wilson De Jesus Bodre Martinez. Athena Destiny Bonner. Yasmin Winnie Bonner. Armania Boyd. Jacob Braden. Alex Rennes. Anthony Rennes. Prince Brown. Jason Buchanan. Elvis Canela Mora. Emily Moesha Carella Ubes. Moses Carella Ubes. Jason Carranza. Alexis Castaneda. Lisbeth Castaneda Rodriguez. Jules Nelly Castillo. Josue Castillo Rodriguez. Edwin Jose Castro Ortiz. Alberto Cepeda. Ani Maria Cepeda. Rafferty Chow. Karina Soraya Chavez Lopez. Ashley One Chez. Emilia Chavez. Sorry. Ashley One Chez. Ruby Chang. Alyssa Kokla. Julio Angel Cora. Ronnie Rivas. Jessica Cornejo. Marisol Cornejo Arce. Andy Dumoret. Hillary Enchavaria. Natasha Alassane. Jose Escobar. Emmanuel Espinal. Alex Escobar. Amanda Fabrizio. I would now like to introduce Jared Nicholson, a school committee member who will be now handing out the diplomas to our graduates. Mark Anthony Faya. Michael Joseph Velasca IV. Jack Raymond Gallant. Juliana Gallant.
Congratulations.
Erin Elizabeth Galloway. Jeriel Abraham Garcia. Leslie Janet Garcia.
Congratulations.
Norma Garcia.
Congratulations.
Benjamin Garcia de la Paz.
Congratulations.
Magnolia Garcia Esteban.
Congratulations.
Udener Alex Garcia Gomez. Dario Garcia Jorge.
Congratulations.
Jasmine Garcia Matos. David Garduno.
Congratulations.
Chelsea Gaston.
Congratulations.
Constantino Gerasimo Giorgio.
Congratulations.
Joshua Paul Gilbert. Gomez. Dalen Armando Gomez. Jacqueline Elizabeth Gomez. Javier Antonio Gomez. Elsa Gomez Esteban. Rachel Annette Gomez Romero. Marco Gomez Romero. Abraham Gonzalez Duarte. Oscar Gonzalez Duarte. Benny Esteban Bruno. Guerrero. Alexa Victoria Rodriguez. Andrea Bisman. Ana Guzman Santos. Nicholas Hagan. DeAndre Hardy. Deanna Marie Harris. Michelle Marie Harrison. Lauren Gail Burns. Zoe Hennessy. Janaya Marie Hernandez. Hunter. Millard Ishak. Iran Islam. Jeremy Jaquez Fana. Christine Jean Francois. Roberta Jean Louis. Kaylin Jim Jeffrey. Jennifer Marie Geronimo. Stephanie Shaina Jolibois. Ashley Jonathan. Keishawn Jones. Talia Priscilla George. Alexis Victoria Kelly. Jeremy Michael Perrins. Himmer Krish. Ethan Labby. Olivia Christine Lenoir. Zayden Latifi. Alonzo Linton. Chandra Raymond Long. Amanda Lopez. Jacqueline Viviana Lopez. Roxana Lopez. Novi Lopez Chalet. Irma Lopez Chavez. Ludwig Lopez Larios. Elazar Lopez Lopez. Gelber Lopez. Abdeli Lopez. Hector Eduardo Lopez. Mario Jahil Lopez Perez. Euladys Lopez Perez. Malek Lopez Zapata. Ismael Lucero. Adam Lynch. I would now like to introduce Mr. Smith. He will read the names.
I would like to invite school committee member Brian Castellanos to present our graduates with their diploma. Jack Macario. Franklin Tomas Perez. Davida Mai. Maria Maldonado. Walter Maldonado. Milton Mencia Lima. Cecilia Jimmy Mao. Chris Marcel Marengo. Jeremy Marimito. Catherine Marmolejos King. Zachary Elias Marquez. Jimmy Benjamin Martin de Leon. Christopher Rafael Matias Pena. Michaela Matos. Leah Michael McHale. Shay McPherson. Juliana Stephanie Medina. Shamari Destiny Maji. Julio Angel Mejia Soto. Tarsi Paola Valenciana Lara. Elisa Martina Mendez. Mildred Anani Mendez. Elika Mendez Mendez. Leticia Mendez Mendez. Angel Domingo Mendez Polo. Emilio Mendoza. Christopher Moreta Garcia. Darius Augustine Martin Milan. Esmeralda Miranda Santos. Jose Alicio Miranda Velasquez. Gamal Muhammad. Jacinia Lee Molinari. Ramciel Montas Acevedo. Johnny Belmont Luis. Elise Angelina Moore. Jobraham Samuel Morel Pena. Jomar Alexander Morel Clemente. Miriam Wahe. Liam Mulcahy. Eva Moraga. Cherubin Musangu. Rahima Nakongo. Judy Now. Xavier Hakeem Robert Nash. Eder Joel Navarro. Christopher Andrew Neveres. Andy Dara New. Patrick Lorraine Nakata Alehi. Alyssa Cheyandra Nam. Christy Rochelle Novas Novas. Jennifer Nunez Bojorquez. Victoria Nunez Santos. Effie Obo Iraosa. Maria Odgers. Ramon Antonio Olacio. Dana Olivares. Luis Olmos Ramirez. Tyler Giovanni Arazzo. Kelsey Marie Ortegas. Natalie Teda Pa. Natalie Shaylee Pavon. Cassidy Marie Palmer. Paul Papa Giorgio. Jonathan Parsons. Alexander Patton. Oscarlina Paulino. Elvis Armando Payano. Ashley Marie Peach. Wendy Piguero. Diosmeris Peña. Hennessy Francesca Peña. Cynthia Perez. Linda Priscilla Perez Zacharias. Natia Petaway. I'd like to invite faculty member and mother Sarah Phelan to deliver the graduation diploma to Peter Phelan. Catherine Podizan. Perla Desiree Chiantini Santana. Dulce Pineda. Peter Jr. Pojoy. James Alexander Palacio. Mario Antonio Portillo. I would like to invite school committee member Michael Satterway to present our graduates with their diploma. Helen Ulysses Portillo Bernal. Ismael Portillo Mateo. Roger Powell. Eileen Kanitha Prom. Judanine Prosper. Uriani Carnoez Perez. Fatima Ramirez. Jacqueline Ramirez. Kelvin Ramirez Batres. Felix Ramirez Mota. Dauren Ramirez. Ashley Ramos. Miguel Angel Ramos Acosta. Hillary Gabrielle Ramos Cater. Jerson Ramos. Sharon Ramos Rodriguez. Taylor Marie Raymond. Alasia Randall. Avani Renosa. Dante Vincent Reyes. Sadman Rabat. Salutatorian of the class of 2019, Yen Mi Chit. Valedictorian and class vice president, Chris Nades Ifo Renelson. Student Council President and Class of 2019 Vice President, Vanessa Paul. Class of 2019 President, Jake Trubateris.